It's on the wrong ones, Judd. You broke first, so you break on the odd numbers, basically.
Is there a path around the back of the black and red if he takes this pot on? Might be. If he pots it, he'll be okay. And he has potted it. Just ran a little bit too far. If he's got an angle on the yellow, he's okay. The break-off shot these days is so important, because the players practice that type of shot that Hossein just knocked in there.
Three. Four.
Dealt with that nicely. That was a bit fiddly, that cannon, and it could have easily gone wrong, so I decided to stun the red out of the way without trying to be too cute with it. That pink just goes on its own spot there at the top of the pack. You might see Hossein here pot this red and play up for the blue. He's got that loose red behind the black that he can play for as well. While he's playing with topspin, I thought he might go up for the blue
11.
And smash into the reds. He's going to have to open them sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they're slightly awkward, the pack, to go into them from the black.
80.
It's all about just making the correct choices with your positional shot. That is unforgivable.
The same with Vafaei. 80.
That is a lapse in concentration. You cannot afford to miss sitters like this. Every shot needs 100% concentration at this game.
What Judd wants to play here is to pop this red and smash the cue ball into those reds, but I think that red's just a bit too far out from the pocket to play that. Spin on the cue ball will be hard to keep on it. If that red was too nearer the pocket, it would be easier to play, but he could end up bending the cue ball around that pack from there. He's looking at that angle now. It's on, but it's not as easy as it looks. It's tough to keep the spin on the cue ball long enough. Trust into luck, of course. Oh, well, actually, he played more of a guided cannon to skim off them and retain position on the black. Now, I think he's still going to be queuing over that red, so it's not ideal. I thought he might have gone into them at pace and trusted a bit to luck there.
Eight. Nine.
These players will be back on at 2:30 tomorrow to play to a conclusion. Meanwhile, Judd taking his time here. That's where he'd like to put the cue ball. He can't get into the pack really from this angle. He's got so much cue power he can get into them. But he's going to wait for the next opportunity.
Hossein.
See, look at the way he's cueing there. You think he was going to miss the shot. It's just the way he cues up, Judd. It's very deceiving. It's something he's done naturally from he started playing the game. On certain shots you think, oh, he's going to miss this, and then the cue straightens up as he delivers it. And now, one good split here when potting the blue, and it'll give himself a terrific opportunity. You know, that's a bit unlucky. There's a red available, but he couldn't have played that any better, but it's finished a little awkward, believe it or not. He's pretty good with the opposite hand, so he's switching to right-handed here.
.21.
Just taking a few extra seconds here just to compose himself. It's not because he doesn't know what shot to play. He's just trying to make sure he gives every shot 100% here. Knows how important these moments are. Sighting the red to the right of the pink, that will give him access to the pink if he gets straight on it, which I don't think he has.
25.
A bit short, bit of a grimace on the face of Judd Trump. Not quite happy with how that's finished. It's gone awkward. Queuing over the blue with the rest. Well, this isn't easy at all.
It's amazing the number of players that switch hands when they use the rest. Left-handed player, a lot of them. Mark Allen comes to mind. They play the shot right-handed when they're using the rest, as Judd's doing here.
Yeah, Barry Hawkins does that as well. I don't know any right-handed players that do it, which is weird, isn't it? But this is very awkward. Using the rest, using his wrong hand, queuing over the blue. Goodness me, what a shot.
26.
He'd love to finish on the red that's next to the pink. There's other reds available, but just looking at the table, it looks as if they're nicely in the open, but they're a little bit awkward. That's why he's giving this one a little thinking time. If he gets this one right, he knows it's going to be a good chance. I think he's going to be on a red into the right corner. That's pretty well played, that, you have to say.
Yeah, that was excellent. He just decided where the biggest margin of error on the table was and played for it. He could have played for the red behind the pink. That was available as well, but that was quite awkward to get to. He knew if he played up and down anywhere near this black cushion, and he was on that red, but he's underhit that one. He caught that red a bit thick. And this cue ball hasn't gone up the table as far as he wanted. This is now awkward. Queuing over that red on the side cushion. Quite a non-traditional position. But he just keeps potting them. Is he on this red?
I don't think so, Sean. I think when the pink goes back, he's snookered. And he stands there and he can't believe it. Is he snookered?
38.
He's having a good look from this end. It must be tight, and we're zooming in. Oh, I think he can make the pot here, even if he has to put a little trace aside. Just a little touch of right-hand side will create the potting angle. He might be able to pot it direct because the pink's available. Nothing to do with the cue ball.
$39.
They're always bitter pills to swallow, aren't they, when you're the player sat in the chair and your opponent walks around as if they're not on the next ball and they get down and stick it in the middle of the pocket. You always think you've been wound up. I remember listening to a podcast a couple of seasons ago, Dennis, where Neil Robertson admitted to doing that on purpose to a few players because he knew it wound them up.
Well, going way back in time, a past master was the great
46.
Fred Davis, the brother of the legendary Joe Davis, 10 times a world champion Fred. And he used to look, oh, I'm not on the red, and you'd think, I'm going to get back in. Then he'd get down, knock it in, and win the frame. And you'd be sitting there thinking, well, what a player he was. Qualified for the Crucible when he was 70 years of age, Fred Davis, and got to the semi-final here at the Crucible when he was 64. Need a steady finger.
53.
Spot that one.
$35 ahead here. Red for 36, black 43. So black and another red to extend his lead to 5-2. And of course, by reaching 5, that will guarantee Judd the lead overnight, regardless of what happens in the next few frames.
Well, he's had to go all over the table for this break. He's been up and down the table and
61.
slightly out of position, and then playing some good recovery shots. When you pot the way he
62.
does, if you get slightly into a bit of trouble, there's no problem getting back out of it again. He really is a terrific player to watch.
69. $70.
Oh dear. A little bit of extreme side on that, to say the least. That cue ball come off at a strange angle.
77.
But can he pull off something special to give himself a chance of a century? Oh no, overcut it. But nevertheless,
Judd Trump,
he was
77.
all over the table with that effort, but at the end of the day, he made enough to win the frame, and he walks out of the arena, and he must be delighted. He extends his lead by 3 frames. It's 5-2.